Hey there, Toonami faithful, and welcome back aboard Toonami Absolution, where we talk about the shows that made us us and the shows that made you you. Once again, we are your hosts. My name is Alyx.
I'm Sam.
And I'm John, Dragon Ball Z, Return of Cooler, aka Dragon Ball Z Fight 10 Billion Power Warriors. Made its debut March 7th, 1992. Toonami got it September 26th, 2003 as part of DBZ Movies. They've showed it one other time since then, February 6th, 2004.
Wow, I feel like they're overdue.
Yeah,
Right?
this one just didn't get shown that much. Though, fun fact for this is the first one of the first Dragon Ball Z movies to be shown in cinemas in America.
Oh,
It
that's
was
cool.
shown in 2006 as part of a double bill with the then new Fusion Reborn,
Nice. Yeah.
which is weird but okay. Not sure why you'd put this with Fusion Reborn, but I guess.
Well, part of it, at the very least, part of it is because this movie doesn't use licensed music.
Yeah,
That is
that's
true.
true.
There's that, and it's also you get the first. It's the first time. It's kind of wild. It's the sixth movie, but it's the first movie with Vegeta, and
It
so you
is.
get
It's Vegeta's movie debut
Vegeta takes over Piccolo's role of appearing midway through.
for no reason. There's no reason for him to be there.
He just, hello.
he just
Hello, I am here.
as he says, he's like, nobody gets to kill Kakarot but me. I'm going to kick you in the face, and I came here in my space pod because I still have that.
I I love this era of Dragon Ball where space travel is still quite a thing. Like Goku has to get a space suit and a proper space shuttle, and it takes time to go to planets. Unlike today, where we're going back and forth to Beerus's planet every 25 seconds.
What's also odd and it's even more odd because he uses it in the film. He's got instant transmission.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a much shorter range.
And
Yeah.
everybody else has to come, like, including the most important characters, Master Roshi and Oolong and Yajirobe, who are clearly there for reasons.
I We'll get to this later, but I love even all of the dubs struggle to work out why Yajirobe is there, so they just have him being like, "Bulma told me to come."
Yeah.
like no one can really square why Yajirobe need. We can't just he can't just give people beans. He has to come with the beans.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he had to
yeah.
bring the beans with him. Otherwise, you don't get beans. He wanted a vacation.
Yeah, Bulma didn't tell Yamcha to come along. Nope, just Yajirobe.
Nope. No Tien, no Yamcha, not even Chaozu.
Yeah.
To be fair, Tien is kind of that weird Amish thing going on, so he probably wouldn't want to be near a rocket. He'd probably caught like Skybird or something, and then have a whole thing.
Yeah.
Oolong is the other one that I'm confused why Oolong is here. Like, what is the point of Oolong being here?
To insult robots. That's all Oolong does in this film. He insults some robots.
It's
Oh,
yeah, the I will say one thing that I do appreciate about this film, apart from its eclectic cast, is it's the last Dragon Ball Z movie directed by Daisuke Nishio, who directed the first two Dragon Ball movies, basically the back half of Dragon Ball, and the first 199 episodes of Z. And he directed, so he continues to work with the franchise for a little bit after this. And he did the first three movies. He took a break from Lord Slug, which is probably why that movie kind of sucks. And then he didn't do Cooler's Revenge, and now this is the last Nishio film that we get, at least for this franchise.
And you can tell by the colors.
yeah, it is saturated. This is a deeply saturated film.
A lot of deep grays in this film, yeah.
A lot of blues, a lot of very nice blacks.
It also is one of my favorite Nishio things in that you kind of get, and this is something that the Funimation dub doesn't do as much because of the course, is you get a lot of kind of quiet stretches, which I appreciate.
Yeah, this is a much quieter film, in which obviously all the dubs are me to go, no.
Can't handle it, no
Goku's
way.
character trait is he will not shut up.
Yeah. We need guitars here, we need music here.
Oh, oh, go ahead.
I was say, I find the character stuff that's very fun because Minoru Midea, the character designer, is also back here. His whole thing about his interview about it is like for Metal Cooler is like, I made the concepts of cooler in metal, plus a lot of them will appear. Nowadays, it'd be possible to depict lots of them using CG, but at the time, we drew them all by hand. So anyway, it was rough. I drew the highlights, reflections, and such while looking at at an actual metal art object. and
Mm.
even specified light and shadow in design illustrations. This is probably the work I struggled with the most, including both designs and workload. All of the animators hated this film because Cooler is shiny and that causes you problems.
He's very shiny. He's not even a little shiny. He's the better looking robot.
You'll note there's a lot of animation errors in this film. If you ever look at any of the pulled out fights, Goku's face goes weird.
Yeah.
It's
It's interesting because in the copy I had, it had like lots of film pops. Like there were those little black bubbles that pop up and all that, and like the scratches on everything. And I'm curious about how this hasn't gotten cleaned up yet.
Yeah. Not enough interest. Here's the thing, like, do you prefer Shredder Cooler or Metal Cooler?
Shredder Cooler.
Shredder cooler. Shredder cooler's way cooler.
Yeah, I mean that's why that movie looks so good. You know, we just covered it last week and it's like, oh, this is really vibrant. I really like this. Then you come to like Return of Cooler, and I like Metal Cooler just fine. If I was a smart man, I would have brought my Metal Cooler figure. Oh, and last week I should have brought my regular cooler figure, frankly. But I did not.
Ugh, dropping the ball, man.
I know. The Dragon Ball, in fact. The uh yeah, it's I don't think this movie gets appreciated that much. I don't think people like really kind of
You,
regard it that
you
highly.
say that because I don't like this film. um, but when I was doing research, I found so many threads of people saying this is their favorite Dragon Ball film of all of them, and I want to know what those people take.
Mm.
I do have a very unkind theory as to why all of those threads I found are just wall to wall Dragon Ball Z abridged references.
Oh.
So I do wonder how much of this is my favorite film is you've seen abridged. It's a very funny abridged, but you haven't watched the actual film for a while.
Yeah.
Because
The abridged is like in terms of the story structure is actually kind of superior. I mean, I don't think the art direction in this movie is bad at all. It does look different. I like the sci-fi stuff in this. I love how crunchy sci-fi it all looks. It reminds me very specifically of like mecha anime with the way everything looks, and I think that that's kind of cool. Like that's a very different look for Dragon Ball.
Yeah, and I think that's most saliently seen in one, the Big Gete Star sequences, as it consumes planet Namek.
I mean,
And
Unicron.
yeah. And the ending with the true form cooler, what are we calling it? Even though his head's bigger,
Daisetsu calls it battle form metal cooler.
battle form metal cooler, with
Platform
which
middle.
apparently make it made his head grow. And yeah, that kind of has that sunrise kind of feel to it.
I have a running feud with this film, and it's entirely because this has been 30 years old. I'm sorry over this. The VHS cover for this film shows Goku and Vegeta in front of a whole army of metal coolers and a massive kaiju-sized one,
Hmm.
and that is not in this film. My big complaint in this film is that cover image is not in it because I think they don't make enough of the whole cooler can be. Like, I can make hundreds of myself. Like we just have one cooler, and then it's like, oh, I repair myself. We don't do. There's so much interesting you could have done. Like that last sequence where he's rebuilding himself into scrap looks great. Just like why wasn't he doing this earlier? He's more interesting doing this than he is just being like I'm cooler but shiny.
I'm cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's I always kind of felt bummed out that we didn't get to even see that fight, right?
Yeah.
That's so annoying. And it also just I want to see how that works because they drag so all these guys drag Goku and Vegeta's corpse a good like Piccolo flies there in 4 or 5 minutes, so like it's a decent length of time. Then they get them onto a platform, hook them up to some wires, then must remove the platform because they're dangling.
Mm.
Yeah.
This was a procedure to get them doing this. Like I want to see the ladders. I want to see Metal Cooler on a ladder trying to hang Goku up.
I don't think he just like his legs extend like a robot and he can just like pin him up that
They
way.
all climb on top of each other.
Oh, I like that. Like when ants make bridges across things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think that should. But yeah, it's weird that we just kind of have Goku and Vegeta do this sort of Bolivian army thing, and then it's like, oh, actually they're fine. And that and the ending is, of course, what do you do with something that absorbs power, children? You overload it, like you do in every single film with this plot point.
You
The only
overclock
time
it.
that the only time that doesn't work out in Dragon Ball, if I recall, Super Android 17.
Yeah. It does
It's,
not work in Super Android
it's drunk
17.
at It
They
shouldn't exist.
try. He try. Goku straight up tries. It does not work.
It's the one time Goku's plot savvy and it doesn't work.
Yeah. Can we talk about like this? The Vegeta doesn't even get a chance to look good in this movie. He gets wrecked very
His
quickly.
his facial design when he first shows up is odd, right? It's like a Piccolo face.
He
Yeah,
does look off in this entire film. I can never place why.
because he's filling in Piccolo's role, so he has to look like Piccolo for a little bit. But yeah, he gets knocked out of the fight pretty fast. It's almost like, why is Vegeta here?
Oh, he gets like so. Just for those keeping score at home, transforms into saves Goku. Great. Transforms into Super Saiyan. Dives into a fight. Gets punched away like trash. Dives back into fight. Gets leg basically broken. Tries to blow up Cooler and Goku with a big bang attack. Gets bodied, like framed against the explosion, and then gets drained. And
It
after being presumably dogpiled by metal coolers.
it's
And then
bad for Vegeta
he
in this
does get off a
movie.
Destructo disc to cut
Yeah,
Battleform's arm at the very end and then dies.
Yeah.
but this is a bad showing for Vegeta. I mean, even when Piccolo shows up randomly in these movies, he gets to look cool for a minute before they knock him out. Vegeta doesn't even get that here, and it's kind of sad.
Oh, Piccolo single-handedly takes out the regular army, robot army.
Yeah, he
How
gets
much meat do
shot
you want
repeatedly
with?
in the face.
Yeah, point blank.
Yeah, and he's fine. Piccolo comes out of this movie looking great. Like that's my boy right there.
I think the weird thing about Vegeta in this film is he doesn't have a motivation. Aside from the Goku, like, I'm the one who kills Goku.
The
But it's still
Goku
not
level.
really a motivate. Like, because at least in all the films, Piccolo comes in when Gohan is in danger. That's all, and even here, what motivates Piccolo to start fighting is Gohan starts getting beaten up. Vegeta just kind of has no reason to suddenly appear. It's Vegeta definitely feels like there was a conversation had somewhere down the line of like, well, you have to put Vegeta in this movie. Well, he's got no link to the plot. Just put him in the movie.
Yeah, kids love Vegeta. Put in Vegeta.
Put him in the
Kids
movie.
love Vegeta. It's on new Namek. Vegeta was on old Namek. Speaking of which, being on Namek sucks. Like,
Any Namek, being on any Namek.
any Namek sucks.
I love the I have the intro is darkly funny to me when like, oh, is it an eclipse? No, I wonder what it could be. It's like, oh, you're on Namek, just presume it's your doom. Like,
There's
Why is
also
this? Why is it so valuable other than the Dragon Balls? Like, there's no reason to care about it other than the Dragon Balls, and Cooler doesn't care about the Dragon Balls.
Cooler just happened to bump into this. Cooler somehow just took a wrong turn at Albuquerque and ended up on New Namek, is how they kind of imply it. It's like, yeah, it just was here.
the John, I'm sure you're gonna have a field day with this. So like timeline wise, Gohan can't go Super Saiyan yet.
Correct.
Piccolo has merged with Kami.
Correct.
Dende's already the Guardian of Earth.
Correct.
What the hell's going on? There's
Well,
no Trunks.
Daisenshu 6 implies that this is in canon. From
Mhm.
Goku's markless doji to Dendi being God and Vegeta transforming into a Super Saiyan, it can be inferred that this is an event between when the Cell games were announced and their opening.
But Gohan.
Yeah, no, we don't explain Gohan at all. We don't explain why Goku can power down from Super Saiyan, because he doesn't do that after Hyperbolic Time Chamber. Also, weirdly, this is the first mention of Dende being Guardian of Earth. The manga chapter when that becomes a thing is Cell versus the Army that comes out 7 months after this film. Leading to the question of, was Toriyama already planning Dende to become Guardian Earth? Or did Toei write it in here and Toriyama was like, actually, that's a good idea?
Did he get forced to make Dende Guardian of the Earth? No one knows.
I mean, it's hard to tell because Dende being is the most logical way, because you can't keep giving it to Piccolo because that causes also a problem when Piccolo and everybody dies, and we need Piccolo to die a lot to show that Goku was drunk. Yeah, I disagree with the Daisenshu on this. I don't think after the Cell games were announced, Goku was like, you know what? Day trip to New Namek, everybody. Come on, Roshi.
I mean, to be fair, Dende did ask very nicely. Dende asked very, very nicely.
He asked Mr. Popo for permission, and Mr. Popo gave him permission.
Yeah. And you're not going to say no to Mr. Popo.
Nobody does. I should not have brought
No, you should not have brought the Mr. Popo figure.
Mr. Popo doesn't get to be on screen. No.
Banned
It's
from airing.
2026.
the in my headcanon, the entire trilogy of movies after Cooler's Revenge and before BoJack Unbound can't possibly be canon. So no Return of Cooler, no no Broly or Super Android 13, and no Broly the Legendary Super Saiyan.
I
No,
follow
Broly
the
the legendary Super Saiyan. My
I
God, man. Just
I
taking the joy
follow
out of life.
I follow the Super Dragon Ball Heroes continuity because they have Xeno Goku, whose whole thing is it's a Goku who only went through the movies. So his timeline, they haven't fully worked out what it is yet, but his timeline is he did all the movies were canon for him, which I love as a character trait because it's leads to a lot of like, oh yeah, Frieza has a brother. Frieza has a brother.
That's also like the Goku who is like doing the most murdering in his adult life. Like
He
this is
is like much more aggressive than when they have him. He is much more aggressive than normal Goku, which is why I quite like it as a concept.
That's very fun.
Talking of continuity, this film has continuity issues with itself.
Oh.
You'll note that Goku, when he repels back Cooler's death ball in the flashback, says it's Kamehameha. It's not. He doesn't say that in the original. But he says it in the flashback. Goku is misremembering his own past.
I think in both versions, right? Not just the English dub, but also the Japanese version.
Hey, Goku has CTE. Don't be so rude.
I mean, he did get a lot of hits to the head in Cooler's Revenge.
Canonically, Goku has brain damage. This is a thing we cannot forget. Canonically, there are parts of his brain that don't work.
Yeah, he's not Kakarot.
It is just so funny. It's like, okay, we can't even keep this straight between movies. Oh, it's been a long time between them. And it's the same footage. Yeah. So they obviously dubbed another part of this. Oh, it's so... while we're on characters, I have to share my favourite piece of Daisenshi facts. Would you like to know the origin of Metal Cooler's name?
Yes, I would.
To quote Supplemental Daisenshu's Animations Gleaming section, Metal Cooler's name comes from the fact his body is made of metal.
Oh!
They're right.
I see.
It's my favourite joke in that, because if you read the Daisenshu, a lot of the name pun sections are very, very long, because even in Japan, some of them are a reach. But then at the end, you just have this one. Yeah, Metal Cooler's called that because it's made of metal. It's like, oh, fair enough. And Big Gete Star comes from Gete Mono, the Japanese for cobbled together, which makes sense.
I like that.
That is a nice name. Metal Cooler, he's metal, he's cooler. Whoa.
The thing that I kind of noticed when because I'm watching the Funimation dub, in the flashback sequence, it's for some reason, I don't know if they dubbed it in a closet, but like Cooler sounds like he's standing 50 feet away from the microphone. Like, and he's just yelling into it, and I don't know what's going on with that sound bit.
That might be a thing. So one interesting thing is, depending on when you brought your Funimation version, it will change Cooler's voice. Cooler has a robot voice in the early releases that they dropped to make it back to the normal Cooler voice. And I have a sneaking suspicion that they didn't get the original track. I can't confirm this. They didn't get the original track back for all of it. So what they've done is they've removed the effect from a baked-in file, so it goes a bit weird.
It just, I don't know if you noticed that in your copy. Just it sounded like he was shouting.
Cooler thinks you're deaf, basically.
But he's also standing very far away, so you can just barely hear him.
Yeah.
There's a lot of weird stuff going on here. I do like the little Chop Chop robots. I like their little song. I like how excited they are to be the Borderlands characters before Borderlands came out.
I like also the fact he's just the Star Wars droid. He's the one of the protocol droids. And he also is a Dr. Slump character.
Oh, that's
He's
fun.
the interpretation robot the aliens bring out when they hit turbo with their ship.
I've seen both the Japanese and English versions of this, and I love that in the Japanese version, he's basically like a very like excited like TV show host kind of energy, kind of like, oh, welcome to the Big Gete Star. Today we'll be chopping you up.
Chopping you up.
I love the fact that Funimation kept the chopping you up bit in as well. They didn't really censor that at all.
No.
Oh,
Today
no.
I'll be chopping you up today. How is it? It is very much that like, hey, welcome to my house. Have a mojito. Give me your organs. I like that.
And it's of course it's Yajirobe's the first one to go, right?
Yeah, them trying to drag Yajirobe back in like that big line, hilarious. Also, why can Gohan not accomplish this on his own? Like that confuses. If this is supposed to be a Cell game, pre-Cell games Gohan, there should be no reason for that robot to be able to drag him.
It makes Cell look an idiot. Just lightly grab Gohan by the wrist and you'd win. for we're dubbing the speedy dub for the robot changes the line to "Hello, I'm going to smash you," which
Aggressive.
I see where they got that translation, but with modern ears, it's definitely like this is taking a turn.
People have to learn how to talk to women, you guys.
And talk to Yajirobe apparently.
And talk to Yajirobe. If we can just go back to like the opening sequence where everybody's talking shit about Piccolo for no reason.
Talking shit about Piccolo, and Bulma's apparently built her space pod with a Piccolo moping room.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
special room for Piccolo to brood in, while everyone else says that he's getting fat. Like what? What?
Yeah, they're just like, yeah, he's such, he's such hot shit after he became a super Namek.
Yeah, I bet he gained a couple pounds. Why are all the humans being so like bitchy?
Yeah, even though they know, I mean, or at least we know because of the pointy ears, he can hear everything, right? He's just like,
Even Goku's like, shut up. I think he can hear us, you guys.
Yeah.
In a very Regina George moment for Goku.
It really felt to me like Piccolo has like a decent agent. Like we are downgrading you. Vegeta is taking your role. I get my own room in the spaceship though, right? You do get your own room in the spaceship. We can negotiate that.
It's in Piccolo's contract, is he has to have his own room in the spaceship where he can look out the window and enjoy the sights.
I'm not sure. I'm not sharing a screen with Oolong. Come on, I've got value.
I bring value to Dragon Ball Z Company as opposed to Oolong, who's been on a pip for as long as we've known him.
First it's Oolong, then its Price is Right. It's just a downward trajectory. It doesn't work.
I do feel like this is also one of the more to completely change gears, one of the more painful like Dragon Ball, like
Yeah.
Krillin illustrates it pretty well when he tries to punch a robot and hurts his hand. How much does it hurt Goku when he's trying to break, Cooler's grip and hitting like the metal limbs and stuff? And also you see him squeeze his atoms out.
This movie does have a little body horror going for it. Has some Akira levels of body horror going
Oh, the
forward.
blood? Sure, yeah, it's got the
A
blood.
lot of blood.
Like
Yeah.
grabbing his throat, and the sound that Schemmel makes when
Yeah.
he's like, that sound is crazy. And even when Krillin gets punched in the face and you see the indent into his nose, face, and jaw, this is a brutal movie.
Hmm.
Yeah, even the sort of the bit where they're all on the wires is pretty horrific. I am clowning on it, but it is still much more disgusting than you'd usually expect.
Oh, I mean,
There's
Goku's
something
getting
happening.
literal life squeezed out of him even after he breaks free, right? All that blood just pouring down the wires.
And the shot with Vegeta and his face, like his mouth kind of open and his eyes like blanking out, is it that it I've been rewatching part 5 of JoJo recently, and that's like a
Oh,
JoJo kind of shot. Like it's gory and weirdly uncomfortable, but it feels so right.
yeah. If Vegeta was in Stone Ocean, he would be the first one to get turned into a snail.
Oh, he is the first one to get turned into a snail
I
easily.
mean,
But he would be the legendary super snail. How dare you?
I do also really like the instant transmission fight where we get to see them in I don't know, where are they? Instant transmission world, the place between worlds, quantum
Oh,
tunneling, but we're in the multicolored circus world. I really like that touch. It's a nice visual.
the reveal when Cooler is like, "Oh, that's one of my favorite techniques," and Goku is like, "Wait, wait a minute." Like Goku is genuinely panicked when Cooler says that, and I really like that little moment. And again, Schemmel doing some fun stuff that Schemmel do, but it works really well.
Oh, just the shot of him getting like just cold cocked, right?
Just like from one field to another, boom. Oh, it's so good because Goku getting a taste of his own medicine. Like, well, Goku, all those stolen techniques.
Finally.
Yeah, but Vegeta gets, I mean, the open mouths, he gets two like screaming in pain sequences, right? He gets the leg break kind of whatever happens to that leg, and then
Yeah.
when he does the Big Bang attack and just gets hit right in the solar plexus and it just cuts to his face like, "Oh, you're not having a good time, are we?"
No, this is a bad one for Vegeta. I mean, Frieza made Vegeta cry. I don't think Vegeta had tears left to shed with this. He got wrecked in this movie. It's disrespectful at this point, honestly.
This movie, I always do have to wonder if there was a point where they realized when writing the script, like, we've made this guy too strong. This is a problem.
A little bit.
Um,
I never liked the idea of like Zenkai be damned. I never liked the idea of like, oh, I survived this and now I'm stronger. I don't like the doomsday kind of Superman thing where it's like now this won't work on me anymore. And it's like,
Are you not into for the Maharaga thing where once you get hit with something once, you can't get hit again? So that Mr. Freeze fight in Arkham Asylum,
yeah, that's one of my favorite boss fights actually. But the
great boss fight.
yeah, but or the Borg, like
Yeah,
the Borg are like, oh, this won't work on me anymore. And it's like, guys, you're gonna write yourself into a corner if you
Yeah.
just doing this,
Also,
guys.
also, how does that work on like things like kinetic energy?
Yeah.
You can't make yourself immune to friction. That wouldn't work.
it's like
Yeah.
the very famous Star Wars versus Star Trek argument. What would win in a fight, a Borg cube or or the Millennium Falcon? And the Millennium Falcon wins once. Like that's how that works.
Yeah, that's all it needs. That's all it needs, really.
Yeah.
But then all the other Borg cubes become immune.
Then
Yeah.
Han seduces the Borg Queen, and then yeah.
I'd read that fanfic. Get in the comments, right? The Han Solo Borg Queen fan fiction.
Talking of fan fiction, the extra dubs to this film are great because no one understands what's going on. Yeah, it's a mess all out. So AB Group, they call the Big Gete Star the Great Galester, which is the name of my next magician character. They treat it like a second being, and I think what they're trying to do is a Wizard of Oz reveal with the cooler head. Like, oh, it was me all along. Because Great Galester is referred to as a he repeatedly, which is weird. It's very odd. They kind of don't get it. Piccolo, they add a line for Piccolo. It's like, oh, the robots have run out of ammunition. Ah! To explain it. Vegeta, do you know Speed Racer parodies when people parody Speed Racer by having characters talk very, very fast, fit all the lines into time, that kind of thing?
Yeah.
Vegeta legitimately talks like that in this film for no
Yeah.
reason. Also, they don't know when he goes Super Saiyan, he just shouts, Kamehameha! Like, Vegeta, wrong line! Vegeta! And they treat the extra metacoolers, the army of them, they're called lookalikes. They specifically say they're not the original. It's just a load of clones, which that's not how that works. Speedy just gets very, very weird. They have a whole thing of Roshi saying the planets are kissing and getting turned on by it. As you do. I do like the intro of Speedy. They have a thing where Goku gets annoyed that Gohan hasn't learned about New Namek in school. Like, why haven't they taught you New Namek? So does anyone know about New Namek apart from you guys? Really? Like, does that farm with the shotgun know about it?
Well, Capsule Corp is the one who creates all of the curriculum for the world. So
Bulma's been adding New Namek.
yeah, Bulma wants to make sure that everybody knows about all this garbage, that they don't have to learn about it on the fly like she did.
Hey kids, if you want a planet to invade, try New Namek. Apparently they're pushovers.
Yeah, they get invaded constantly, and no one does anything about it.
Can't wait till they adapt Moro.
Here we go again.
Yeah.
Speedy calls the planet the Big Gedster, which sounds like your mate. Come meet the Big Gedster. But weirdly, in the flashback, Cooler starts calling it the Huge Machine Star, but only during the flashback. He doesn't do it any other time. He just randomly changes its name. But Creative Products Corporation, the Filipino guys talked about, they combined it with Revenge of Cooler's Greatest Rivals. They just rewrote the entire thing for their own amusement. They call the planet Nameku. Krillin starts calling Goku bro, which he wasn't doing in the first half of the film, leading him to go up to Yajirobe and saying, and I quote, "Yo, bro, bingo, you said it." Krillin, stop.
It reminds me of Steve Buscemi with the backwards cap and the skateboard. What's up, fellow kids?
Well, we get a whole new narration to try and combine the films. So they're leading to Z soldiers, the galactic soldiers sworn to protect the weak from any evil aggressor. And the Z soldiers' mission is to help those who can't defend themselves. They decide that the Big Gete Star is the Metal Galactic Starship, and it is just a ship. There's nothing fancy going on, it's just a big ship. And continuing his trend of lying, Cooler says, I'm the only warrior in the universe with the ability to reconstruct myself.
No.
You are not.
Not even by a long shot.
They rename Big Bang Attack to Super Saiyan Blast. And they have the thing of, every part blown off a cooler becomes another cooler, which is a really cool idea, but that doesn't actually work in context because we kind of immediately drop that after we finish it. But they introduce the idea that the flashback sequence is Cooler torturing Goku's mind. That making him relive him dying in the sun, which I thought was a nice touch. Kind of would have liked to have seen that in the main one. Yeah, but then Goku, I guess, a speech at the end, which is like, millions of souls cry out for justice. They must be heard. I summon all the spirits and forces of good.
That sounds very Transformers to me. You know, like how at the beginning of the Transformers movies, Optimus is like, "I am Optimus Prime. We Autobots are defending the Earth," like that sort of thing.
Well, yeah, that's my note. And then also Goku, Vegeta says, "Goku, take all the energy left in me," and then falls over. So they don't have Vegeta saving Goku. Vegeta just gives up his energy to Goku, which is especially funny because it's like Vegeta suddenly learned to love Goku. Don't watch any Z episodes after this because this plot point will not hold.
Yeah. I think he only does it like in what, two? He does it in one movie and one, no, two movies and one movie and Super. That's it.
Yeah.
Just before we hit the end, two things. First, America's favorite game show. What's Metacooler's power level? This one I'm kind of cheating on a little bit.
Is it a billion?
I've already told you the answer, but no, not a billion.
Isn't it like 3 billion? What was the Japanese title again, John? Or is that given all away?
You've already picked up on what I'm putting down. The title is Dragon Ball Z Fight 10 Billion Power Warriors.
10 billion.
Yep.
10 billion.
10 billion. The power level was confirmed in Xenoverse 2, though it doesn't ever confirm if that is one Metacooler or all of them. If it's all of them in Xenoverse 2, it would actually be quite a low number because there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
So it's 10 billion across 5. Also, a little thing for you, Alyx. In the original DVD release, Funimation had an interview with all the voice actors. And they have a question to Andrew Chandler, the voice of Metacooler. And the question is, what do you think of Funimation's Yu Yu Hakusho Ghost Files, which appears on Cartoon Network? And his answer, well trained, is it was a big hit in Japan and might be even bigger over here. It's the next evolution of cartoon.
Oh, that's the one. That's the media training answer. I love it.
It's because Sabat gets like questions about his characters and does he like playing like Goku, and this guy just gets, what do you think of the other show we're selling? Very weird.
He's like, they're not going to even let me in the same booth to record, so I'm just going to give the media answer. But
please hire me. Please hire. Does Andrew Chandler have a voice in Yu Yu Hakusho? I need to know now.
He must, right?
Quick, vamp while we look this up.
Yeah. Talk about final thoughts or something.
Sorry, John, pick your final thought.
I can very quickly tell you that Christopher Sabat in his interview basically says, what's cool news about the return of Cooler? Well, he's metal now. That's unusual, isn't it? Oh, Sabat, you charmer. Final thoughts. This movie, I said I have that long-running grudge. I will never let this go. This does not have the kaiju fight I wanted when I was a child, and I will never forgive it for that. This film has a lot of really fun moments, a lot of really fun fights. Doesn't come together in the final work. I don't think it uses Metacooler enough to justify his weird powers. I think this could have done with a bit of a reshuffle, probably cut some of the characters, and you would have a better film.
It's Andrew Chandler voices Bayako.
Yes, excellent.
Well, that was worth giving the right answer for then. That was a long and storied performance.
So what's your final thought there, Sam?
I enjoy it. It's interesting that this is how Daisuke Nishio ends his cinematic work with the franchise. His last episode, he basically passes the torch. His last episode is the end of the Otherworld tournament. And so, the last thing he ever directs is the adult Gohan or teen Go, whatever we're calling it. And it's fine. It's not. Is it the best? No, but I'll take it over like Lord Slug.
I mean, I like it. It's more Dragon Ball in another life, in another universe. Obviously, Metal Cooler would have been voiced by Orson Welles. Like that obviously would have happened. But yeah, no, it's a fun movie. It's a 40-minute movie. It is a 40-minute movie. It is not going to take any time out of your day to watch it. If you like Dragon Ball Z, you're probably going to enjoy this. If you like Vegeta, you probably won't enjoy this movie because this does not make your boy look good. But yeah, other than that, it's fun. It is a fun way to spend 40 minutes. Watch it to get your Dragon Ball stamp of approval. But that does mean that we are pulling into our final destination. That's right. It is time for us to disembark onto new Namek from Toonami Absolution. We want to thank you once again in joining us and talking about the shows that made us and the shows that made you you. We have been your hosts. My name is Alyx.
I'm Sam.
And I'm John.
And we'll see you next time. Bang.